Okay, so some people have been wondering, can you basically make a garden from nothing? Well, pretty much yes you can. So I decided to make this video off the cuff just to try it out, just to show people what I've been doing. It's nothing too big of a deal. It's pretty easy. So things you can use. Peas out of a bag. These things grow pretty good. I've had no problems getting them to sprout. Easy breezy, just put them in the proper dirt and they seem to go. I'll show you that. These things, I found these in the back of my fridge. Look at that stuff. So basically this is with one of my action cans, so I want to see basically how these things work. So I'm using this to test the video quality, and alright, so these things are fantastic, right? It's like an old rotten mushed up cherry tomato. What you can do, I found you can do, is cut these things right in half. Inside of them is a bunch of seeds. Plant them in the dirt, and it actually works. I'll give you an example of that really quick. I'm a little disorganized. What else can you grow? Sweet potatoes. Basically put these things in water and you'll get the slips. The little purple things you see right there growing. So you got to get the slips first, and then once you get the slips, you have to grow roots from the slips. So the first thing that happens, you root the potato, the tuber, then you get the slips, and then you root the slips in water or in actual dirt. So that seems to grow really easy as well. It takes about 2 weeks to get to that point. Another thing you can do, if you have an old bag of potatoes laying around, just get one. These things are old. Look at that. Sucker's already got the roots on it. So you got that. You can literally just take this thing, put it straight in the dirt. It'll start to grow. You can also cut it up. Got a root section that's going to grow there. Got a root section that's going to grow here. And you can plant each of these, and you should get a separate plant growing. Now, let's see what's been working. These are the peas. Again, literally, just take a pea, dig that out about ½ inch, push it down, cover it up. That's it. This is some old types of potting soil, probably picked up from Lowe's, something like that. I feel like I'm going to hiccup. Yeah, and it works. It also works in other stuff too. Let me show you the tomato. So this is what I literally did. So now this central one here is an individual seed. Okay, this one's an individual seed. This one is a cluster. This is one where I literally took this thing, planted in the dirt. Seeds fell out, and it'll grow right out like that, no problem. You can go from this to this with ease. Let me show you the potatoes. I'll skip over a bunch of junk. Potatoes planted in beds, growing easy. They've fallen over because I watered them. Some heavy wind, so I got 2 of them. Just watering them every other day. That's all I'm doing. Another thing I've grown, but I've never gotten fruit, is a dragon fruit. Tough as hell. They literally don't die. You don't even have to worry about watering them much. The watering just makes them grow. Incidentally, I'll give you a better view. That thing's about 5 feet tall. Amazingly tough. Alright, some of the other stuff I have here. This is an eggplant. And this thing's not very tough. These things don't really work very well. They're very sensitive to heat. They require a good amount of water. So it's not something I like to plant. I've never gotten fruit. It just seems to grow, expand, and then it fails again. So it's an ever repeating cycle. Another thing that works is pineapple heads. This is a pineapple head that's been growing. These things seem to work extremely easy. So I'm not showing my whole patio. My patio's a mess. There's a lot of junk, compost, plastic bags that I've been leaving out here from the grocery store due to not wanting to bring them in due to the virus. So a lot of stuff like that. So just how tough are dragon fruit. This thing was planted in a pot. It's rarely been watered. And you can see how this thing just keeps traveling and tries to find its way into this old bin of, this is like a bunch of compost topsoil that I've never really used. All I do is keep throwing garbage in there. Really just like tree scraps from cuttings. But look at this. It's literally sending out roots, trying to grow. It's hooked into something. Amazing. But these things, it's like you can't kill them. They won't die. Amazingly drought tough and heat tough. So another thing that's not a bad idea to do. See, a lot of people get caught up with seeds, because the idea is that if you plant a seed, you grow a tree, right? Well, you can literally grow a tree by just making a cutting of that tree. So these are eugenias. I've tried growing these a few times. For the most times they fail, but sometimes they succeed. So what I do is I just basically cut them, strip off a little bit of material around the nodes, plant them. Kinds of setups, they're basically like the strongest shall survive. So you wind up with this sort of, Darwinian evolution. And occasionally some do take, and you wind up with this. Literally one that's planted, it's rooted. So once you get one that roots in the bottle, just plant it in the soil. And they seem to work thus far. This one's been pretty tough. Sometimes these fail, sometimes they don't. But keep at it and eventually you get a tree. The good thing about this is any fruit trees done by this method will grow and produce fruit a lot quicker than one that's done by a seed. So if you're trying to get food in a hurry, which even that's a stretch, this is actually the best method to do it.